That's what I'm talking about. Need some liquids down here. Just like that, sir. Yeah, so we're like, no, I said this stuff like I might be on the main line.
So we're here today to wrap presents for the Holy Family Home Orphanage, which is an orphanage in Osaka, Japan. And it was actually created in 1945 when sisters that were over there doing missionary work were asked to take in the orphans, children that were stealing off the street, or those that were just hungry and in poverty, and to take them off the police's hands. So the sisters brought them into old Japanese barracks. In 1949, the 27th Infantry Regiment was stationed nearby where the sisters were living with these orphans. And at the time, the sisters didn't have money, and so what they would do, they would trade light bulbs for food. And one particular day, one of the sisters came across a soldier from the 27th Infantry Regiment. The soldier asked the sister what she was doing there, and she told him that they were there with children. They were trying to get food for them to celebrate the Christmas holiday and everything. So the soldier went back to the unit, raised up food, money, and presents, and then in December 25th, Christmas Day of 1949, Master Sergeant Hugh O'Reilly and several soldiers from the 27th Infantry Regiment went and had this first Christmas with the orphanage, and really from there started this relationship with the orphanage and took the children underneath their wings, and because of the deplorable conditions that they were living in, started raising money amongst themselves to really help out the orphans and to provide a better life for them. So fast forward to the Korean War, and the 27th Infantry Regiment was deployed to the Korean Peninsula. The regiment still maintained in contact with the orphans, and on paydays they would do what was called pass the hat, and they would collect up money to send back to the orphanage and still take care of them. Fast forward a couple years, they were able to raise enough money to build a better facility for them. From that point, the relationship continued to grow. In 1957, after the Korean War and after the 27th Infantry Regiment returned to Hawaii, the soldiers invited 2 orphans to Hawaii for a 2-week trip of their life. And from there, every single summer since, regardless of what's been going on in the world and what's been going on as far as conflicts goes, the regiment continues to host orphans for the summer visit. And then every year, we continue to send anywhere from 2 to 4 soldiers back to the orphanage to continue to play Santa. So today we are here to wrap presents that have been donated by the soldiers and their families of the regiment between 1st Battalion and 2nd Battalion. And so we will wrap them. The soldiers will fly to Osaka, Japan on Sunday, and they will spend about 2 weeks with the orphans. And then on Christmas Day, they'll play Santa. Our staff sergeant that's going over there, Staff Sergeant Jack Young, will dress up as Santa and will hand out the gifts to the orphans that are there. And they'll just be there to spend time with them, learn a little bit more about their experiences, and to understand how the orphans live, how they're raised, and also to continue to foster and build their relationship that we have with them. So this Christmas marks the 70th anniversary of this relationship, and it is the oldest relationship of its kind within the Army, and we are proud to continue on with this tradition. Yeah, so just recently had the opportunity to travel to Osaka, Japan, and visit the orphanage for the first time. So we were there. We had a delegation of 4 members of the regiment, so 3 members from 227 and 1 member from 127, as well as our vice president of our historical society and one of the members of Peace Bridge, which is a nonprofit organization that was raised or created after the death of Master Sergeant Hugh O'Reilly to carry on this legacy and to ensure that we as the regiments were still able to have this enduring relationship with the orphanage. So we traveled to Osaka, Japan last Friday, arrived there on Saturday, had an amazing time with a welcome ceremony on Sunday, meeting some of the government officials there with the city of Osaka. We got to meet and talk with the U.S. Consulate General there in Osaka, Miss Karen Kelly, as well as meeting the son of the gentleman who helped provide the materials to build the orphanage and to continue building the orphanage throughout the years. That was followed by a celebration on Tuesday where we really got to celebrate the 70 years of this relationship and what it meant to the orphanage and then what it meant to the soldiers of the regiment as well. And that concluded with a staff party in the evening where really it is those staff members of the orphanage that give their heart and souls to the children and providing them with a family atmosphere and a stable base to be raised and to grow as contributing members to their society. That being said, throughout the whole event, we did have points in time to play and interact with the children, which is really awesome. Beautiful smiles, beautiful souls, and really coming out of there with a heartwarming experience. What I would like to add that maybe people don't know is that this is solely a soldier-supported and funded relationship. So it's not like we're not getting money from the government, we're not getting money from the DoD, from the Army to support this relationship. This is all coming out of the pockets and out of the generosity of the soldiers within the regiment through pass-at, donations, events like this with the gift wrapping. It is all out of the generosity of the soldiers and self-funded through the soldiers. So even when we host the children over the summer, that's done in partnership with the nonprofit Peace Bridge, but then also really coming out of the soldiers and providing these opportunities for these orphans to have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and trip to Hawaii, and then also being able to send the soldiers over there and provide a Christmas for these kids. There's about 180 orphans that live within the orphanage, and they go from, right now, I believe the youngest is 1 month old, all the way up to 18 years old. So it was really great going into the infant home and holding the babies and getting some baby fever again, but it's really heartwarming and really touching. And to be able to give back to, another culture, another society, it's one of those things that, we just don't serve the people of the United States, but we serve the innocent in the world and protecting them. So my name is Captain John Roten, and it's spelled R-H-O-T-E-N, common spelling for John. I am the battalion S2 for 227, and additionally, I got the opportunity to be the primary planner for the summer visit. So I'm really tied into it. It's one of my primary additional duties, is just fostering this relationship with the orphanage and keeping in contact with them, seeing what we can do for them throughout the year. So the battalion intelligence officer.